Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Aaliyah. Just a heads up, I am now comfortably in Vietnam after 3 weeks. Found a space, getting set up, getting started working. So now I'll be able to upload videos more frequently or regularly. And 2, I'm excited about today's video because today's video, I'm talking about some of my favorite animes. I'm talking about like core memories. Anytime I get a chance, I bring it up, and nobody has ever seen these. Anybody I talk to, it's like, oh, I didn't watch that. Oh, I didn't watch that. So hopefully you guys have seen it. It's taken me a while to make a video on it because they are very lewd. Nipples, vaginal imprints, butt cheeks, clothes tearing off. And I was looking up like, why aren't these around anymore? Like, when I was a kid, I don't remember so much titty, so much nipple, but you know, now every time I find a clip to use for these videos, it's titty, 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 nipple, nipple, nipple. Yeah. Today I found out that my 3 favorite core female fighting animes are part of the battle-harem. So let's talk about what that genre is and then let's get into the video. The battle-harem is a subtrope of the harem genre, where basically the male lead has a gaggle of potential love interests. They're all different, you know how anime does it, different hair colors, different powers, and they're all sort of some action girl. So she's known to be a fighter or something of that sort, have some type of physical, tactical, strategic ability. And because this is a more action-oriented subgenre, battle-harems are less likely to be focused on romance. This subtrope was popular in the 90s to the 2000s. Let's be honest, it was popular because sex sells. And I fell victim to that, okay? Even the very, very nasty, if you know, you know, Seko no Quasar. I was like, and for the longest time, I got Seko no Quasar and the Gray Man mixed up, and I was like, I don't want to watch anything where a male is being powered by breast milk. But one of the reasons why I liked the battle-harem genre was because females were fighting in a way that males were fighting. And no, I have not seen Yona of the Dawn. I just keep trying to watch it, and the main character is not someone whose personality that I really like. I'm fighting my way through it though. And if you've watched some of my videos on this channel, you will know that I prefer darker, thriller, mystery type anime. Those are rarely dominated by women. So when I found these, I was like, oh yeah, these are females and I'm down to watch. Like in my head, it never registered that they were all surrounding this one male until I look back and I go, oh yeah, that was a thing. So the first anime we're gonna be talking about is Freezing. It's got 2 seasons, and anytime I bring it up, it's number one my favorite. Anytime I bring it up, nobody knows what it is. So in Freezing, the plot centers around a Japanese boy named Kazuya, who enters West Genetics, a military training school with genetically modified girls called Pandoras, who in a futuristic setting defend the world against the Nova. I want you to think Evangelion. That's kind of what's going on here. The Novas are an extraterrestrial, sentient, hostile race who battle with the Pandoras and their male partners. Now the male partners are called limiters, and they use an energy-based technique called the freezing to limit their opponent's ability. The story focuses around Kazuya's relationship with Satellizer L. Bridget. They fight to protect their friends and the world from the Nova invasion. Now, one of my favorite characters in Freezing is Rana. And I found out that this manga is actually written by a Tibetan mangaka. And my favorite character, Rana, she is Tibetan. But this is also one of the animes like back in the day that had a black character. Again, I didn't put any clips of her in here because somehow whenever she fights, she ends up naked. So I can't be putting that on YouTube. You know, I feel convicted. But just if you want to go and watch it for yourself, I think there's one season on Crunchyroll of Freezing. The next battle harem genre I want to talk about is Ikitosen, and it had, I believe when I was watching it, maybe 3 or 4 seasons. I cannot find any of them anywhere. They're not on Crunchyroll, they're not on Tubi. I just can't find them. I can't find them. A couple of the clips that are on YouTube about them, can't even find like the whole season on YouTube. So that's gone to the wind. If you know, again, you know. So the premise of Ikitosen is that 7 schools are constantly at war with each other, and the students within, both male and female, have become skilled fighters, and they are constantly battling with their rival schools. Their lives and their fates are guided by strange jewels that contain the spirits and destinies of warriors from the Sangokushi period. I butchered that. A period in time where there were fighters and warriors, right? And there's one girl, idiot girl, who is the main character, Sansaka Hakufu, who has recently moved to Japan and is apparently destined to unite the schools. It is incredibly lewd. My favorite character, where it fights in a crop top and a mini skirt. If you know about that one, leave it down in the comments. That's all I really have to say about it because I could not watch enough of it to like jog my memory. So the next anime is Samurai Girls. This story takes place in Japan in the early 21st century in an alternate reality where the shogunate has remained in power. And in this reality, student councils are tasked with basically oppressing other schools, dominating, coming out on top, victory, yada, yada, yada. We follow a main character who has white hair. He literally looks like an old man. And he's a high school student who rebels against his student council. And with the help of these samurai girls, who have the name of like famous samurai that have passed away, basically he goes around like saving and dominating the schools. Again, couldn't find this one anywhere to watch. Not on Crunchyroll, not on Tubi. But the main reason as to why I bring up all of these animes is because as someone who aspires to have their own indie produced anime based off of, you know, my own light novel, I want to support indie works. And I recently came across this indie funded anime called Galverse, and it's fan backed, indie produced. It's all females. It's not a battle harem, but it is similar in that 90s style of anime. The first pilot episode just came out, so I'm interested to see like how it evolves. It's fan funded, and I think that's important when we're coming up on a time where like in America, basically Crunchyroll is the only avenue we really have, unless, you know, you pirate. Whatever, you do you. But Crunchyroll is the only good avenue that we have for like legitimately watching anime. And I say that as someone who used a lot of pirated websites. Like my favorite one, Kawahu, it just shut down. It just shut down this past year, I think. But I could go back and watch anything I ever wanted to watch. And I think it's really important that if we in the West want to continue watching Japanese traditional anime and not the stuff that, you know, like we iterate ourselves, highlighting indie projects like this is a good start. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Super quick video, not going in depth about a lot of things. I will see you guys in the next 2 weeks, and I want to talk about Clevitus. I'm trying to get my hands on all of the manga so I can read it, because right now it's really good. I like it. I like it. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.